World War II, a clash of ideologies, nations, and millions of lives. But beyond the strategy, the tanks, and the treaties, there's a human story. This is a reflection on triumph and turmoil, not just battles won, but what came after. The Allied victory in Europe was historic. Cities erupted in celebration. Parades rolled through London, Paris, Moscow, New York. But while the flags waved and the bands played, the ground was still warm from war. The soldiers who returned home, some triumphant, many traumatized, carried with them more than medals. They carried scars, stories, and memories. General Eisenhower said it best: no amount of strategy, no alliance or invention meant more than the grit of the individual soldier. G.I. Joe, whether crawling through the hedgerows of France, manning a bomber over Germany, or braving the beaches of Normandy, was the face of courage. And let's not forget his counterparts, the British Tommy, the Free French, the Canadian infantrymen. They marched under different flags, but toward the same goal. But victory didn't end the war. Not really. What followed in Germany was devastation. Entire cities flattened, millions homeless. And amid the rubble, millions of displaced people. Jews, Poles, Russians, who had lost everything. Some had survived concentration camps. Others had no homes to return to. In the East, the Russians had paid the heaviest price. Over 20 million dead. Entire regions razed. Their victory over Nazi Germany was total, but so was the toll. Marshal Zhukov, the Soviet hero, believed in overwhelming force. But that philosophy came at a human cost the West struggled to understand. Still, the Red Army's resilience was undeniable. They broke the back of the Nazi war machine on the Eastern Front, one brutal step at a time. But even as the Allies toasted victory, cracks were forming. The wartime alliance between the US, Britain, and the USSR began to splinter. The Yalta Conference in early 1945 gave hope for post-war unity. But hope faded quickly. Ideology got in the way. Distrust festered. And soon, the Cold War began to brew. The atomic bomb changed everything. Its use on Hiroshima and Nagasaki didn't just end the war. It shattered the very idea of war itself. One moment, one weapon, and the world was never the same. So what's the lesson in all this? That unity, though difficult, is powerful. That peace is fragile. And that war, no matter how just or necessary, leaves behind more than just victory. It leaves a responsibility to remember, to learn, and to never repeat the mistakes of the past. Thanks for watching. If you're a history enthusiast like me, subscribe for more stories that go beyond the battlefield. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the future.